just talked about DeSantis and the CDL bill of letting ex-cons, he vetoed the bill did not sign the bill that was approved by the state representatives in Florida. It strikes me that, and then you've got all the different legislation, the Supreme Court decision, and we know what's on the agenda for the FMCSA. They're not done. They're just getting started, as Derek Bars likes to say. Where are these drivers going to come from?
That really is the big question, right? I think there is some thoughts that, look, a lot of the drivers that left over the past couple of years, how quickly could they re-enter the marketplace? Is there latent capacity out there? Yeah, to some degree, the answer is probably yes, right? But it really all depends on what we see from a demand environment. We could be chasing a moving target here. The manufacturing economy has been in significant expansion. When you look at that PMI readings, we're not due another print until tomorrow, but last month you saw only 2% of the sector's GDP was in contraction. I mean, that's broad-based growth across manufacturing. Consumer spending has held up strong. The labor market has been doing well. There's an incredible amount of money and consumer spending going on right now, and I think demand has potential to see upside as well. So even if we do find those drivers, we could be running up to or chasing a growing demand environment as we look into next year too.
Yeah, and as your point, I mean, housing hasn't even participated really in this market. And it is the largest single driver of freight demand as a category. And it's really sort of slept on this entire market upswing. If we get a housing bill, the president has, I don't know what we're at on that. I haven't seen the news in the last 48 hours on whether he's going to sign it or not. But if we get a housing bill, that could actually increase demand for trucking services. Absolutely. Builders are building homes, but people are not buying homes, which is creating a problem because we're not, furniture and appliances and stuff. That strikes me as the big catalyst or the big wild card is this demand situation. If we get housing to come back, it's going to pull labor into the housing market because the immigration story is not just a trucking story, it's also a construction story. Yep. There's going to be a lot of competition for labor. Again, I don't know where these drivers are going to come from. And there's no doubt that the government, the DOT and the FMCSA is studying this market and frankly watching the economics of this industry because they want a healthy industry. They want to know that the industry is doing well. The FMCSA only regulates the trucking companies. That is their primary job, to regulate trucking companies. And they're watching the rate environment to see that the health of the market is solid as a determination of whether they're doing their job.